It's lunchtime at the cinema, and we're here for some shorts. More than 150 independent films from around the world. That's 150 reasons to get your butt down to the City Centre Cinema right now. The Edmonton International Film Festival wraps up this Saturday. So we're hosting the show on location, and we're going to introduce you to two directors, fabulous films, two short films that you'll need to check out. But before any of that, we meet an 82-year-old who proves you can get fit at any age. Excellent. Thanks for that. Okay, Carlene, what page are you on again?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, well, we need to find you. She's somewhere within here. I am with Carlene Kyle from The Weather Girl. Now, unfortunately, people can't watch your film at this point, but we're still going to talk about it anyways because it's a wonderful short film about a weather girl who dreams of reviving her career. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration.
I was working as a filmmaker, but I had several deaths and illnesses in my family, and I had to take some time off for a couple of years basically to look after people. And while that was happening, I was very conflicted about, between my compassion and my ambition. Mm-hmm. And so that after this was all over, I started thinking about that and wanted to make a film about it. So that's where this idea came from. So it's about the weather girl who's actually looking after her father. And a couple of evangelists come to the door, and she takes advantage of them to trick them into looking after her father while she takes off and tries to make herself back into the old weather girl. Of course, there's another weather girl that's young and more beautiful, and yeah.
Okay, so she leaves her dad with the evangelists and takes off. Yeah. Now, do we find out what happens next?
Yeah, it goes right to, the evangelists stay with the father, and she goes and gets her hair done and all those kind of things, but she's kind of losing it, and so there's a lot of it that takes place in her mind, and so it takes place in an actual newscast with the weather, and she starts to do the weather in her mind, and she thinks that it all goes wrong, and she starts to forget the weather and starts talking about cancer, and then she sees the weatherman kissing the real weather girl, and she gets all confused and then realizes, I'm crazy, and goes home back to help her dad.
Well, okay, so there's a happy ending.
It's sort of sad and happy at the same time.
Gotcha. And this is your first film in the Edmonton Film Fest. You're from Vancouver.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and then how many years have you been involved in the filmmaking world?
I started in 1992, was the first time I made a film. My student films were really successful, and then I went on and made a TV pilot that was nominated for a Gemini, and just sort of went on.
What's the name of the pilot?
It was The Scrounger.
The Scrounger.
Yes, many years ago.
Awesome. And what has your feedback been from the Edmonton Film Fest? What kind of response have you had from your audience?
For here?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't screened here yet, so I don't know.
You screened today, and by the time you watch this, it's going to be tomorrow, and you won't be able to watch it. Okay, so where can you? Oh, it was really good. Edmonton is a great, happy community. You'll get great feedback. Yeah. Tell us that you have a Facebook page, so when the video comes out online, people can check it out then.
Yes, and there's a trailer on there as well. It's facebook.com, and then it's The Weather Girl.
The Weather Girl.
Yeah.
Carlene, thanks so much for stopping by. I got some popcorn under the table. You want to join me? Okay. We're going to take a quick break on go. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in now, we are at the City Centre Cinema for the Edmonton International Film Fest, and right now we're here for the Subway Lunchbox Shorts. It's lunchtime, and people brought a variety of things to eat, including salads. I tend to like sweets all the time, and salty stuff as well, so I've got some popcorn to chow down on, and we're going to learn about another one of the shorts on the show later in the show, The Golden Ticket by Patrick Haggerty. Stay tuned for that. He's a very animated character and very enthused to talk about his film. And I'm just going to sit back and see what's on the big screen at the moment, but while I do, it's over to the U of A with Tim Dancy to learn about their student council. And here again, we have the beautiful redhead that's in all the ads for the Edmonton International Film Fest. Okay, so I'm starting to annoy the people around me with the lights. We're going to watch another film, then we're going to take a break and talk to Patrick Haggerty after the break, the director of The Golden Ticket. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to eat some popcorn. We'll be right back on Go. We have our Subway crew giving out some subs down here at the Lunchbox Shorts at the City Centre Cinema. I've got popcorn because this time of day, Lunchbox short films at lunchtime. We have one of our short film directors coming up on the show. That's Patrick Haggerty, and he produced the film The Golden Ticket. Funny story there. Stay tuned for that. But right now, it's time for Third and Goal with Jordan Greenlee. Thanks Thanks for that, Jordan. Okay, so what does this mean? The golden ticket, this is my pass to be a bad person for the rest of the day. Is that true?
I don't know about a bad person, but it just means to be, maybe it's, you get to be your more pure self.
Oh, but so you're thinking that my more pure self is a bad person?
I think that if a person could act without consequence, they might actually behave
Consequence.
more like themselves than they usually do.
So that's like robbing a bank but not going to jail but still being able to keep the money?
Well, no, then you'd be a bad person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're wondering what we're talking about, this is Patrick Hegarty, and I'm holding The Golden Ticket. That is the title of his short film. And the synopsis is a guy gets a free pass to do whatever he wants. How does his day start?
He's having a bad day. His name's Brad. He's having a bad day. He gets dumped, evicted, and fired all before lunch.
Yay.
He has a bit of a nervous breakdown. He wanders into a park. He meets a mysterious stranger that offers him a golden ticket.
Golden ticket, okay. And you kind of alluded to it, but give us some more detail. What kind of trouble does Brad get into?
Well, we see what he does. He can act with a consequence, so he goes around and he confronts his girlfriend that he lives with that dumped him. He confronts the landlord that evicted him. He confronts his boss at work that very in a cowardly manner fired him.
Okay, so he also gets a little bravery with this golden ticket to approach all these people and to meet them face to face.
The golden ticket does.
The golden ticket. And where did the inspiration for this film come from?
I think I was just mulling over. I was trying to come up with a comedy, but I just like the idea of, it's a comedy, it's fun, but there's a bit of a social message. It's just that it's like if somebody says, you should live today like you're going to die, like you might die tomorrow, and you would, if you were living like that, you would do what you always wanted to do, and you wouldn't have fear of like what people are going to think or the consequences. So it's that kind of idea. It just makes you think like, well, what would my life be better or worse if I acted without fear of consequence?
This is your second short film, and you created the film through a grant with Bravo. What have you learned as a filmmaker that you took from your first film, you put it into your second film, and where do you see yourself in your next film?
Well, I've been in the film business for a long time, about 15 years, working as an AD, an assistant director. So, finally got the shot to start directing my own stuff, and showing up that first day with a decent budget and people there on both shorts. Showing up, and I got great local crews and actors, and it's a proper film set. And I show up, and there's always a little bit of nervousness before, but you show up and realize like, okay, well, I've done this for 15 years. I've watched other people do it. I got this. Like I know what to do. But with the first short, there was a few scenes that I felt like maybe I didn't get. I didn't nail every joke. But with Golden Ticket, I think I had a more practiced eye, and I could tell, and also had the confidence to go back and say, no, we need to get variation. We need to tweak this, tweak that, and I really feel like with the Golden Ticket, there's not one part when I watch the movie that I think like, oh, we missed that beat. Really just took very good care to make sure we got everything we needed to make it funny.
Awesome. Well, if you want to catch it, Patrick, you have a couple more airings this week, Friday and Saturday. When can people catch the Golden Ticket?
It plays tomorrow, Thursday, with Lunchbox Shorts, and I believe there's an encore screening. Lunchbox Shorts encore screening on Saturday. I think.
Wonderful. And you can get more information at edmontonfilmfest.com. Patrick, thanks so much. We're going to take a quick break on Go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, the Lunchbox Shorts are just wrapping up here, but we're not done yet. We have one more guest on the show. We have Brad Stromberg, the Edmonton Film Commissioner. Now, how does one get that title?
The job involves selling the city of Edmonton as a location for visiting film productions, visiting Los Angeles, and convincing people who are in the film business to come here and do their work.
Gotcha. So if I'm Steven Spielberg and I have a big budget movie I want to film, you want me to film it in Edmonton. That's your job.
I want you to film it in Edmonton, and you call me first, and we'll help you make it happen.
Good stuff. Okay, so the Edmonton International Film Festival is just wrapping up now, and being the film commissioner for the city, what part did you play with the festival?
We're happy to sponsor the festival.
Yeah.
It's a magnificent event that has grown magnificently over the last few years, and we're very excited to have people come out and see the work that Albertans are doing, Edmontonians are doing, and films that are winning awards from all over the world.
Yeah. Brett, I hear you're a regular down at the Lunchbox Shorts.
I am.
You are?
I love the Lunchbox Shorts. It's a great way for people who haven't been to a film festival before to get little short bites and then go back to work. It's over the lunch hour. It only takes an hour. You come in, you see a few short films, and then you go. If you don't know what you're looking for, you don't have to.
Yeah. Short films usually 10, 15 minutes. That's all you need to really invest and come down, get some popcorn, eat some Subway. Pretty good lunch.
It's a great deal for whatever they charge, $13 for the lunch. It includes your sandwich and the short films. And if you don't like what you're watching, 5 minutes later, a different film is on.
There we go. Last question, Brett. How's your yard this time of year? Lots of leaves and crap laying around. Do lots of stuff to rake up and clean up?
I do have things to rake and clean and put in the compost.
Becomes a big pain, doesn't it? I'm totally throwing him for a loop.
I guess it does. But I have lots of root vegetables still that are appreciating the frost, so this is good for them.
Okay, well, if you don't have vegetables that are appreciating the frost and you have some stuff you want to clean up, Brad Walker is ending the show with a fall cleanup story. Thanks for that, Brad. Okay, the shows were so good. I barely ate any popcorn. Want some popcorn, Jen? Grab some? No? Okay, there we go. And again, the Edmonton International Film Festival wraps up this Saturday. Come down, check out some films, and for more information, go to edmontonfilmfest.com. I've been your host, Dana Giesbrecht, offering you some popcorn next time you want to join me in the cinema. We'll see you next time.